Hey guys, it's Gadget, and you can see I'm starting to heal up much better. It's just everything and stuff. I was planning to post on the 2nd, on the 3rd, on the 4th, but that did not go well and everything. I had to deal with work, had to deal with everything, and then I really did not want to post on the 4th. Many of you know why. And then I said to myself, you know what? Why am I doing that to myself? Doesn't matter anymore. Everyone's moved forward. So I figured I'd post, I whatever, and the universe was not liking me that yesterday on the 4th because while I was trying to post for you guys, I was working on the photo book for the book that I've been writing for the past 3 years about if I was to find love, romance, happiness, friendship, or whatever on a trip. My first trip ever out of the United States. And sent letters, sent everything. So after 3 years, everyone's saying, nah, it's not, they're not, they can't contest it, they can't, whatever. So publisher's like, why don't you start the photo book? And I wanted to take you on that journey of doing the photo book and everything. But the camera didn't work right. I was losing pictures every time I tried to start the camera. So I figured I'll just work on it to get my mind off of the 4th of January, right? And I think it was closure basically because going through the pictures, weeding out certain ones and everything, what started to be a 20-page project ended up being 100 pages. Yes, I know. And basically trying to pinpoint it, trying to do photo tricks to make it so I can save some space, everything. But once you take out all the stuff, you know, the bad stuff, the good stuff, the crazy stuff, and weed through it, you find there's actually been the most beautiful stuff that you've ever seen. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and did not realize how many pictures were photobombed by my ex, especially the ones in Durham. That was the hardest ones to try to weed out and everything, as well as many other ones, because it was hard on my heart too. Just like any ex I have, just like anything in my life that people tend to use me, tend to make me think that things are worth it and everything, only to find that they were just trying to I don't know, not, how do I put it? Trying to fill the void in their life because the person they wanted, or people were telling them, or they were just annoyed because they were being, As for me and everything, right now I should put the other light on to balance out the light, but right now the bulb, well, it is on, it's just the bulb is dying and everything. I forgot I do have it on. It's just, like I said, it's the power in here. We've had more rain than snow. I have the hiccups and everything, but a lot of things I do want to talk to you guys about though today. Like, how dumb are you guys to put blindfolds on your eyes because of a TV show and do a challenge? I told you guys here, I will point out the stupidity of things and the logic behind it. Because from what I'm seeing, if you guys do this blindfold challenge, you're going to kill yourselves because you guys are that gullible. One man ran his child through the wall. One person drove a car like that. Do we have to write tickets now to people who are dumb while driving? Who are gullible while driving? I told you people, I don't condone things like that here. I'm not those vloggers that have to do stupid stuff just to get ratings and people. Today I got a message from YouTube that I made over 100 followers. It took it long enough, but I would have had more followers if people realized that as you're watching, you hit the like and subscribe. You hit the subscribe button. But it also didn't help that most of my videos were disliked by my ex and his friends because they just wanted to be fun and pull a prank on me because someone on Twitch, when I was on Twitch, spilled the whole beans. Yes, I know. Told me everything that happened. Do I hate them? I hate their actions because they were gullible and not smart enough to say, let me get to know the person. But this is what's going on. People are gullible and don't want to see it. They don't want to take responsibility. So what do? So basically, I talk to you guys here on YouTube and Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, everything. But I don't appreciate is the fact that people think because I don't follow a trend or am one of those vloggers that condones this, that I'm nothing. I've never asked you guys for money, even though I'm dead broke. I've asked you guys just to like and subscribe, listen to my message, because some of you might be in that boat where you don't have a voice. For the longest time, I never had a voice because my voice was always silenced to make others happy. And that's not happening anymore. If I have a problem with you, I will say it. The only times I will not is if it jeopardizes my job because there are no jobs available. I am not privileged. I grew up poor like everybody else to the point where we didn't go on vacation. We didn't go to McDonald's every day. We didn't do things. We created our own stuff. We learned how to do things. We read books. It's how you're brought up. If you're brought up one-sided, you're only going to see one side. If you're brought up two-sided, you're only going to see two sides. But if you're brought up like me, who sees all sides, including the center, because we're not one-dimensional, we're not two-dimensional, we may be three-dimensional, but technically, we have 5 dimensions. Because just like earth, air, wind, and fire, there's a soul. And we all have souls. Some are tainted, some are brand new, some have come back decades in reincarnation, if you believe in that. So why am I speaking like this and everything? Because I'm tired of gullible people. I'm tired of people who think they know what my life is like. Happiness is starting to come to me because I'm allowing the happiness. But everyone still thinks I should dumb myself down. And I'm not going to dumb myself down to make others happy. Like I said, the only things that I will take with a grain of salt and watch my mouth is my job, my family, depending on situations, I know. And the fact that the only people who are helping me, I can count on one hand, who are there for me and everything. Now you want to laugh about that too? You might have to add the other hand, the toes, and possibly the ears and nose, right? Because ever since I started standing up for myself, voicing the fact that I'm not a doormat, I'm not someone's punching bag, I'm not a game that needs to be played because someone wants to fill a void and is a sadistic, narcissistic person who thinks it's fun to destroy others because you want sympathy from others. No. I live with people like that. That's why I could spot it. But I give people chances because I don't believe everyone is that evil. There are evil people in the world, yes, but who created that evil? People yell at me and say, oh, people need to be on medication. Sometimes they don't because the medication can make them evil. If you find the right medication and the right cause of the problem, then they won't be evil. But then people think that I'm always the most vindictive, malice person in the world and everything until they get to know me because as an empath, I mirror back what they are. That's what my gift is and my curse. Because I give people the benefit of the doubt. I'm not trusting. I just like to look at every angle and hope that you will be honest enough with me. Like I said, good things are happening now that I put the past behind me. But yesterday was a day that Facebook had to remind me about. But at the same time, I was also working on the book and other things and stuff because that was a good part of my life. The same like any other things in my past. They were good parts. But you have to have the good with the bad. That's where yin and yang comes in. That's where comedy and drama comes in. You can't outrun either one. Don't you understand that Take a plant, and if it's not in sunlight, it can wither and die. But if it has too much light, it can burn up. It has to have a happy medium. Yes, there are some things that can live in the dark. There are some things that can live in the light. But they can't live in the middle. They can never leave that light. They can never leave that dark. I like to live in the middle, where I can travel to the light and hang out with those people, and travel to the dark and hang out with those people. Because sometimes they're the loneliest people in the world, because if they end up going into the dark, they die. But if they end up going to light, they burn. I have people in my life that are like that would rather be so dark and evil that they wouldn't know what it is to have some light in their life. Yeah. And then I have those people that are so high, bright, and everything that they think I can outrun drama, I can do this or anything, but don't realize that they're causing more problems for themselves than anything. I right now have got so many friends that have stood by me through everything, who understand that with everything we have going on here, as I explained in the other video, I told you, back in February, we had a very serious situation. I fell down a flight of stairs, and my sister's family had a almost funeral. So everything has gotten topsy-turvy, tippy, whatever, and everything here, to where now it's starting to calm down, and things are starting to figure out what's going on. Right now, my father has to be with my sister, has to help her with things and stuff, help my mom. Me, I'm left to pick up the slack, go to work, get extra hours, and try to figure out how I'm going to reinvent things and do things for you in that, because I have to now work around that. Before, I could just do whatever. I even had to let my gym membership lapse, in the sense of pay for a membership that I didn't have because I have to get my knee stronger, but because of the situation at hand that no one told me about, I couldn't get out of the contract. So, well, at least I know that's there. If it gets stressful here, I can just go there and everything. There's also many other things that have been happening here. There are so many things that you wouldn't understand unless you were part of it. But the problem is, that's the problem with people. They don't want to be part of it. They don't want to help anymore. Only that select few that has been helping me has been dealing with the book, has been dealing with the bullies, has been dealing with a lot. But I have some surprises that might be coming, because, like I said, I paid off 2 credit cards. I have friends now in Japan that are working with stuff for me. On eBay, I have some Ichiban Kuji stuff that one friend asked me to buy for them for their wedding, and changed the theme again. So I kept what I wanted for myself, and the rest of it is being sold on eBay, as well as many other things that I would love to keep and display at conventions and everything, but because everything got topsy-turvy here and everything, I mean, there's so many stories that people are sending me to promote and everything. I had to put them on hold because I couldn't do writing, as well as the book, as well as the photo book, as well as dealing with the bullies, as well as dealing with my mom, dealing with my dad, dealing with the apartment, all by myself, because, you see, I have friends. That's right, all that stuff on my plate. Because I have friends that either work nights, have to work weekends, or work in the industry of entertainment. They would be here in 2 seconds if they could, but they can't, because they have job contracts and obligations. I'm a freelancer when it comes to those things. I haven't even finished all my crocheting that I had to do because of what's been going on. Because of everything and stuff. Because when Dad was helping me, it was moving things further along and everything. I was getting this place back in order. The stuff in the bedroom is still out here in the living room, because I had to box up all the other stuff in the bedroom, so that when we're ready to paint and do everything, I could just pull the boxes out. Everything that's left in the bedroom right now, stuff that needs to be boxed up, needs to be gone through and everything. And it's not that much, because on the bed is all my crocheting that I put out in there, because Shadow likes to tear apart the thing. Yes, I know I'm talking about you. He's giving me a dirty look when I said that. He likes to play with the yarn. So I had to lock that in there. Otherwise, the bed's cleared. All that's left now is the rest of the stuff that just needs to be out, gone, and everything. And then once everything else happens, I can paint the bedroom, put a closet in there, get it back to normal and stuff, because that's what happens when things happen. You can't outrun drama. Can't outrun hate. You can't outrun sadness. It's sad though that I had to come across a lot of those people and everything that just want to use me for my talents and everything. But like I said that before in the other videos. That's stopping now. That's ending now. Don't you think I would love to have people over here? But they don't want to work. And the ones that do want to help have to work around my schedule because my job changes my schedule 24/7. My also goal is that I don't send people home if they live far away. I would rather you stay over. But the problem is a lot of these guys or friends of mine that are guys only think that they can come over and stay over for something. And I'm like, no. And then my other friends that I want to come over, they're either dealing with things in their own lives too and everything that they're trying to escape from. Trust me, it's one of those where if I had all the time in the world, I could have this place back in order. I could even fix the door and everything. There's so many things, and put like a door where it, like make a closet and everything, because there was never any closets, because this original apartment was part of the other apartment. And back in the 30s, 40s, 50s, we don't know because I want to get the plans. They turned it into another one because I have the chimney in my room. And you can't sleep in that room. And 3 little closets don't hold anything. So what are you left with, you know? But everyone thinks they know my life. They know what's going on. They know everything. But they don't realize all the hell that we have gone through. All the stuff I have to deal with because I was told I'd never go to college, never graduate, never amount to anything, never this. And it was all by my family. Because I wasn't fitting their mold. I wasn't following their orders. I was the scapegoat because they needed to find someone to blame because their life was messed up. And that was the story of my life. And then when I said to myself, that's the lesson I had to learn. That's the lesson I've been taught. And why all those guys in the past, including England, don't matter now. That was a time in my life where I learned a lesson. They were all branches and leaves in my life. But this year, I found roots. I found people who care, who are of status and everything in certain entertainment things and still treat me as their friend, who don't care what happened because they know it's not my fault. They know I had a lot on my plate, but they don't blame me like others do. Like others who want me to clean up their messes. So many things and stuff, right? So that's why when I made that post on January 1st, I told you guys it's serious here. And if you don't believe, there's the phone, there is internet, there's everything, but I don't like fakes. I don't like people who hide their number. I don't like people who don't leave messages. I don't like people who do that. If you really want to get in touch with me, you be the bigger person, you be a human being, and you actually put your number. You talk about things. You know, even now with everything and stuff. I got links to the store. I got all this other stuff. Everything is supposed to be starting. It was supposed to be started last year. The only bad thing now is we're trying to find a tax guy because mine went belly up. We don't know where he is. But with the government shutdown, that buys me some time to find somebody in the tax world. Otherwise, I'm going to be doing my own taxes. God help us all. Who knows? Who knows what goes on, you know? But I will say this to you all. Be on the lookout for a lot of good things happening. Be on the lookout for many changes, many things, because I'm still going to try to vlog, but like I said, due to YouTube's parameters and my ex and all the other stuff and those people who can't seem to let it go and just want this to keep going on, I know, I have to pre-record these. So Trust me, when I get the money together to get an editing program, you're going to see even more fun stuff that you guys missed because I was going to edit everything that you haven't seen in the last since February, you know? What was that, like 8, 9 months and everything? 10 months? February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Sorry, 12 months. Yeah. There was a lot of stuff on Facebook. There's a lot of stuff on Twitter and Twitch. I don't know if Twitch saved them, but I went to other outlets because seems that people just have this thing about jealousy, hate, envy, and grudges that they can't let go of. I forgave them all. I'm going to tell you right now, only 1, 2, 3. 3 people met me on video. 2 people met me in person. Then another 1, 2, 4 people met me in person of my ex in England. Otherwise, no one else knew I existed. No one wanted to talk to me. No one wanted to do whatever. They only wanted to blame me for his unhappiness. But guess what? He created his own unhappiness. I'm not responsible for that. And if you guys still think that, take a long look at your lives. Because if one of you had actually stood up and said, let's give her a chance, maybe he wouldn't have been unhappy. But then again, he also exhibits the qualities of a sadist narcissist. And when that lovely person on Twitch told me everything, yes, guys, I heard everything. I looked down because it's like I just can't imagine someone who thought and said to me that they cared about me. But then I remember, when people want something from me, they do that. And I had to learn that there are people who actually do say that to me and don't want anything. And that's the ones I've been hanging out with right now since I said no to everybody and gave everybody back their baggage. But yesterday was a hard day. That book took a long time to get the right photos, right everything. You know how I jump back into things, guys. But today, it's Saturday. I didn't get up till about 1:15 in the afternoon. I have more surprises coming as long as my credit cards can hold out. And there's going to be a lot of things and a lot of changes. But right now, I'm getting into things, into everything. Like I said, this is what's left of all of the cysts and everything. And all the medication because I break out from the cream that's supposed to be helping now because they have it sealed. It's all sealed. Like there's only a little spot left. So yeah. And then this started up. This is all little pockets of things they said was going to happen until it heals completely. Because I know what acne is and I know what is cysts and I'm prone to those. Just like pond scum and everything else likes to find me, you know? But I know I'm sounding negative, guys, but I had to get it off my chest because I sat there and I'm like, all that good time I had was thrown away because of perception. All that fun I had, everything, you know, was because people's perceptions of their own lives dictated how they dictated to someone who didn't understand stuff. You can ask your friends for advice, but you got to remember, they can't control your heart, your mind, and your soul. Only you can do that. And if you do that willingly and freely, just because someone told you, I don't like them, then you didn't listen with your heart, mind, and soul. You listened with somebody's ass. Something that they were jealous of, hateful, envious, because maybe they wanted you and they didn't say anything. Or maybe you were pining over someone and trying to turn me into the person you lost. Me? I didn't break hold of my family until I was almost 30 years old. The abuse and everything, if I could tell you what happened to me, but no one wants to admit it. Only my close friends know all the abuse that happened for those 30 years. And were astounded and amazed that I got out. So from the age of 30, which I am now 42, the last 12 years, I have had to learn what I needed to learn when I was a teenager, in my 20s, and everything. The universe owes me, and it's been paying me back slowly, which is good. But it would be nice if people would actually let it go and stop telling me to let it go when I've already let it go. I let it go because there's no worth or merit in it if no one's going to fix it. And if people, how do I put it, only see you as something, as a fill-in for a void or a fill-in for a person, it's not worth it. Someone has to meet you halfway. Someone has to share your interests. My thing is this: I don't like snakes, human and the reptilian kind. I don't like certain mice, hamsters, things like that, okay? But I can tolerate things to a point. But you do not, under any circumstances, act like the most conniving, thieving, malice person in the world and try to say I'm that way. When I've got almost 20 people, 30 people standing up for me, that everyone says, oh, but you're saying you have no friends. I have friends. I'm talking to those friends that need to remove themselves from my life. Because if you only see me as your punching bag, your tarot card reader, you're a solver of all the world's problems because you can't lift up your own finger to solve your own problem, and many other things that you used me for and didn't tell the truth on, I think it's time you all need to leave. But the ones who have had my back, who just met me and know I'm a good person, who are famous and don't care they know me, you can stay. Because you want to know what makes me me. You care about the fact that even though I was abused, lied to, cheated, so many other things to me, and I still survived, you're trying to figure out how I did it. I'm a voice. I don't fight with fists. I fight with words. And if you're that gullible to follow a Netflix TV show or movie and think that is life and it gives you blood and sustenance, and you're going to run your kids into walls because you want to be blindfolded, well, you just answered the biggest question of the world: what's going on in America today? You put the blindfold on because you don't want to see the truth. And if you guys didn't get that from that movie, because what scares you the most is the truth. That's why, thank you, many of you put blindfolds when you see me, because you don't want to know the truth. You want to stay in your little world and everything instead of facing the truth. That's what that movie is basically about. Face your truth. Don't run from your fears. Wear your scars proud. If you have a heart, a soul, and a mind, nothing can control you, not even your fear. Yes, I have a fear of ET, but I know what my fear is. And I worked on my fear that I can actually stand in a room with it. Do I want to hang out with it? No. But I'm at the point right now where it doesn't control me. It shocks me when I see it the first time, but then I know it's there. Yes, that's one of my biggest fears. And it would be the hysterical thing if it came at me. But you know what? I also have a baseball bat. I also have other things that, if it was real or part of the fear, but then again, how much fear do we manifest that we hallucinate? got you there. Don't keep wearing a blindfold. Deal with the world, deal with everything. Get your heads out of your phones, and remember to like, subscribe, and watch my stuff on my other channels and everything, because, like I said, not gone. I'm just tired. Tired of being someone's punching bag. Tired of watching this world sink into gullibility because you want to put a blindfold on and not see the truth, not speak the truth, not hear the truth. You want to run kids into walls because of a challenge. That's not a challenge. You know what a challenge is? Reading 100 books in an hour, or creating artwork for charity, or writing your story. Challenge yourself to be the greatest person you can be, and take the friggin' frackin', whatever you want to call it, blindfolds off, and see the world for what it is, and deal with your fears, your dramas, your hates, your sadness, your jealousy, your envy. Because for once in your friggin' lives, stop, look, and listen. Stop being gullible. Look at the world around you and listen to those people around you. And also listen to your heart. Listen to your mind. Listen to your soul. Because if you're not hearing what anybody's saying, you're not going to listen to what's going on in the story. If you can't see, can't hear, because fear has overpowered you, then go crawl back into your cave and never come out. Okay? Because I don't want to be around gullible people. I'm tired of it. I grew up with it. 2019 is the year that happiness will come back to me. So it'll balance out my sadness. And no one is going to hate me anymore because they're going to know the truth. And they're not going to envy me because they'll create their own world, their own accomplishments, and show others that imagination, destiny, faith is in your hands. Don't fear it. Take that blindfold off. And always remember, be happy, be bright, be you. Key word there, be you. And I'll talk to you guys later. But right now, happiness is coming to me. And if any of you ruin it, I have the proof. Because unless you're going to be you, be happy and be bright. Because bright leads to the light. So you can balance that dark in your heart. Talk to you soon. And hopefully I'll get an editing program so you can see the rest of the fun stuff that you missed. But love you all. Remember that saying, be happy, be bright, and be you.